Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm!
Wait.
Everybody calm down!
Help!
Here. Oh, take my hand. Come on. You're gonna fall unless you take my hand.
No, give me your other hand.
Oh, my other hand isn't strong enough. You take my little hand.
No, get it away from me.
Take it. Take my hand.
The Bogan force is too strong upon us. Our spirit is broken.
The Bogan is strong with you, but not nearly strong enough.
I am Lord Darth Vader, First Knight of the Sith, and right hand to His Eminence Prince Espa Valorum, the Master of the Bogan.
Let's see how you go with a can of beer up your exhaust pipe, mate.
I'm Danny, and I'm here to call out all you crack pack bitches. You think I don't see you there? I'm the OG of this shit. But you come after the king, you better come correct. I'm Danny, motherfucker. Who are you, crack pack? You smoke crack. You better watch your back. Camel!
Never gets old.
So, everyone, welcome to the show. As you can see, that's Dr. President Moon, not Rob, who it normally is here. Yet again, Rob's called in sick. Make of that what you
Fired. Yeah.
David says, rip earphones. Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, we're crazy like that. We're mad lads. We don't have a care for the health of your ears.
Fuck them.
Atherline says rip Rod. Well, not Rod, Rob. Rip Rob. Rod. Although I haven't seen any new pages from Rod in a few weeks, so maybe rip Rod. I don't know. He's been working on other things. How you going, Camel?
Everything's good. You know, just did a bunch of shit this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Here I am.
Have you started fulfillment?
Still no. I got the stamps.com, like, you know, the package in, right? So you need like a scale and the stamps and all that, or the printer. And then we were going through the list. Me and my wife, she had like a whole spreadsheet out, and there were a couple of things we needed to alter. And, make, because there's a lot of, I think that we have over 100 SKUs. So there's a lot to do. And then I realized there was a whole pack of stickers that I never ordered. I just never ordered them. So I ordered those yesterday. Hopefully they'll be here in a couple days, and then we'll start fulfilling as soon as they get in. So hopefully this week.
Excelente. It's going to be a slow start tonight. And this is our draw stream. Which is it's going to be pretty slow anyway, but obviously Ethan's still streaming, so maybe if he ends the stream at some point, we'll get a raid party, will get started. But I'm happy, just you, me, and this close group of friends here. We got Paulus in the house, Lord Raven. Hello, Antoine Dennison. I see David Feed is here, Sam Rogers, Hale Mo Biggs. Is D-Wag going to be the guest tonight? Yeah, I put on Poiter, the Aussie Bogan as the thumbnail, just because why not? Looking for a thumbnail to use. Did I say hello to the Voyager? I will say it now. Indie Wrestling Aces. Who else is here? Atherline. First time in a while. You've been around, Atherline. What are you talking about? We got Dave Brink in the house from Genuine Comics. I see Fallout Zone G. No, it's just Fallout Zone now. And I see Mo says, no, Rob, but Camel. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. Remember that Simpsons bit? It was the best of times. It was the blurst of times. That's beating the monkey.
Yeah, I remember that.
It's not CG Jax. We will be drawing Camel's drawing. I'll bring up his screen. I'll bring up mine. And we'll just chit chat.
On the first CG Jax, was I drawing?
I can't remember. I mean, mate, like it's not that you can't draw on CG Jax. It's just
yeah. We had a lot to talk about.
We did last time, especially. There was a lot to go on. I want to actually start the show with a couple of points, just to sort of.
I like it. You know what? I think we need more riffing streams. I'm fine with that. People seem to like them anyway.
Yeah, it's that stream we did the other day. I don't know how's the CG Jax going on your channel.
1,700 views, I think, at this point.
Whew. Yeah, that ain't nothing. I think
no,
I'm
for two people,
for
two dudes, I think it's pretty good.
Two dudes, just two cool
jerking
dudes
each other
just...
off. And... Wait, what? Huh?
I haven't gotten 1,700, but I did get 1,100, which is pretty good.
Yeah, that episode's been up for 2 weeks now, so let's see what happens in a week or so. I think though, and I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that's going to be a show I'm going to start member gating. I'm leaving it up now because I have no new content because the channel has been struck. But once I get back into the swing of things, I think those shows after a week they're gonna go into the vault.
Mo says we got 15 viewers. CG jacking it tonight.
Very good.
All right, I wanted to before we get drawing, I wanted to bring this up because it's related to drawing. And I responded to it, and I wanted to see what you think.
Oh yeah,
we're gonna talk drawing comics.
All
right. So here's a dude who tweeted out, and you can check that out. Look at that fat stack of penciled papers.
I like my fat
He says
stacks.
finished penciling 130 plus page graphic novel, inking and coloring are next. And Matt C, who is the creator of Kiri. I don't know exactly how to pronounce that. He says, seems bizarre to me. Do any other solo artists do this? I'm going to take all my left turns, all my right turns as I drive on my route home tonight. Or I'm going to cook my dinner, eat it straight off the stove, then get to seasoning. I don't think that analogy works as well.
No, that's kind of a false equivalency.
Yeah. I don't think it's weird. It doesn't seem weird to me. It just seems to me like that's a way of doing it. For me personally, I jump all over the place panel. I mean, you guys see this on these draw streams. I'd go from here to there, whatever. I'll start a drawing, I'll start a panel, and I won't finish it for weeks because I go to something else. Panel to panel, page to page, thumbnailing, roughing, inking flats, final colors, whatever. And I said, I find getting in small wins every day keeps me energized. How do you do it, Camel?
I mean, well, let me show you. Here's my screen. Something I've been working on. I think I drew this in 2015. I scanned it today, and now I'm cleaning it up. It definitely had a lot of work done to it. This is kind of what it was. I'm just kind of making it a little bit easier to read. But I did, let's see here. Well, let's do the math here. I did 12 issues at about 24 pages on average. So I did, and then the covers, let's say it's another 12. All right, so I did 300 pages over 10 years' time before I scanned and colored them. So, yeah, I don't see what's wrong with that.
You just drew. You're like Forrest Gump. You just ran.
I just ran, yeah. I mean, because I want to get the story done, and then I know what needs to get fixed or rewritten or redrawn. But I mean, I don't know. I think the idea of like going soup to nuts for issue 1 and then doing, the same for the second one, the same for the third one, like your style is going to slightly shift over time. And so I think it's better to do do it because I don't have other people doing anything. So I want to do all the pencils. I want to do all the inks. And then when I get to the coloring, like my coloring level is going to be consistent. I think it's about consistency. I wouldn't letter something 10 years ago and then go and do lettering later because it's not going to look the same. It's like I'm going to have learned new stuff. And then because of that, you end up having to go back and redo a whole bunch of shit that you thought was finished at one point. So I don't think
that's what Gabe said. He says it makes the most sense to pencil it all, then ink it all, then color it all. That way you can be in the flow.
Yeah.
And then it's talking about like, see, you don't paint yourself into a corner having to redraw, re-ink, recolor things on later pages. I mean, it's all, I heard that too, genuine. Soup to nuts. I have no idea what he meant, but I was just nodding along. I'm like, yeah, all right. I mean, some sort of...
Maybe that's a Northeast phrase.
Some New England phrase? I don't know.
It could be.
Mo says, after about 200 pages, Camel considered starting to develop the plot, but at that point, it hardly seemed worth it. Ooh.
Shut up, Mo.
There's a story in there. Butterbear says, did anyone watch EVS's stream? I think they're still going. Is there anything good from it? It depends on what you're into. I was enjoying it when it was just Ethan. I'm not putting anyone down. That's the way I like it. I don't know. I think Ethan's best by himself.
I think too, and I don't, not to get too controversial or anything, but
you would never.
Camel. But they were talking about this on Crackhead stream yesterday. If you do it the other way, where you're trying to do everything all at once, by the time you finish it, you do go back and you're like, oh shit, I gotta redraw some of this to keep up to snuff. And then that's what happened with Death Sworn. I think that was the name of the book. And then it didn't come out. It took too long. And it was like, well, that's something to consider.
I think he went back and redrew it a bunch of times.
Yeah.
It was started off, it was pretty good. The coloring was okay. Then he went back and he learned to draw better because he's one of his stretch goals was a 50-page supplemental.
Okay.
And then he learned to draw really well. And that was supposed to be just like quick and dirty sort of supplemental, black and white, sketchy line art. But it ended up being really awesome. And then once he'd finished that 50-pager, he went back again, and I think he redrew the whole thing.
Oh,
the main book.
I mean, that's a rabbit hole. You end up in that position. It's just like there's no ways up. And then before you know it, you spent, like if I had spent 10 years on one book or two books, I think, you could qualify me as crazy. But it's like I spent roughly 10 years on 12 books. And it's like I'm still doing it all myself on the side. It wasn't even a job. It was essentially a hobby. So, yeah, but if you're going to spend that kind of time on one thing, it's such a time sink that you're going to be, tripping over dollars to pick up pennies.
On top of that, he then, I believe, decided that the colors weren't as good as the lineup, which they weren't, and he went back and he really learned how to do colors well. So he recolored the whole thing too, and everyone knows coloring takes forever. And so the last I saw of it, this was sort of November 2021, it was looking incredible. It was so good, so much better than when he first crowdfunded it. But by that point, you're like, okay, it's sort of, I think it was already 2 years by that point, maybe longer. And now, I mean, he didn't raise like enormous amounts of money. I think he raised about,
He raised, I think, 50 something thousand, but on only 300 plus backers. So like, that's really good. That's really good.
50,000 is a lot of money. Stretch that out over 3 or 4 years. And I don't know, the tax man comes knocking.
Oh yeah, forget it.
Other expenses come in, and I just think the money is not there anymore. I just don't think he would have the money to be able to print it and ship it.
Also,
so he's just
basic inflation, right? The fact that So he's in Ireland. So I mean, what amazing amount of money is it going to cost to ship to what I would predominantly assume is going to be U.S. backers?
Yeah, that's true. Did he get a
So
good
it's like,
deal?
I don't know. Well, that's what I mean. I don't remember. It was actually, ironically, the first thing I ever backed in CG was Deathsworn, and
that was a good decision.
Yeah. Yep.
Mo says super nuts derives from someone who considers nuts a dessert. There you go. We got Philip
I don't know
Husky
where
in
it's
the
from,
house.
actually.
Yeah, his back has got punked. Speaking of getting punked, speaking of going back into the old days, Mo, are you ready to take a journey through time back to 2018?
If I can, before we start that.
Yep.
Soup to nuts, an American English idiom that conveys the meaning from beginning to end. So there you go, everybody.
Idiom. Do you know what an idiom is?
Like a saying?
It's a specific kind of saying where the meaning cannot be derived from the words.
Oh,
like
yeah, sure,
over the moon or soup to nuts.
Yeah.
Mo says, let's do it. I wish I had JDA has his like Back to the Future thing. I don't have anything like that. We're just gonna have to jump. We're just gonna have to raw dog it. Let me go full screen.
Okay.
Because we are about to go back in time. To what? When did the original Lost Souls come out? And it crowdfunded in early 2018. I don't know exactly when it delivered, but this is how I received it. I remember. Although in this one, I think I got some plastic, Mo. So it came in this.
I don't know what that is. What's Lost Souls? What is that?
Jawbreakers.
Oh, yeah, that was way before me.
All right. You open it up. Here we go. Lucky international backers. So this is the backing board that we get. Very protective.
Yeah,
that nice. And you could sand a table with this. It's really and you get two of them like back to back. I know, right? Look, Mo, 2 boards for extra protection.
Yeah,
this is how the original Jawbreakers got shipped to everyone. Now it's only us lucky international backers because the Gemini mailer is too much apparently for internationals. The book itself came, I'd say 90. I mean, it's pretty. Like, I'm not seeing any scuffs. There is a little.
It's like a
ding
wobble.
At the bottom.
You got a little wobble. Yeah.
Like whatever. I don't collect these things for their for the speculation, but inside it looks pretty rad, I have to say. Like, it came out very well. Aaron is a beast. Whoever colored it, who did color it? Color Channel. See, I always assumed Color Channel was Gabe, and like that was his name that he didn't want to put on, because he was still working in the mainstream.
Yeah.
But it looks pretty rad. I'll give it a read. I'll let you guys know how I think. I was not a fan of God King at all. I did enjoy bits of Lost Souls. I didn't get that knife hand one. Oh, it's got Nexus at the back. I didn't remember that. What is this? Hold on a sec. Mike Barron and Aaron Alfecci on Nexus. Rad. Who knows getting that? Cool.
What's the deal with that character? Because he's like a real
Nexus. I think was it brought up? It's Mike Barron's character. I think it's his intellectual property. It's just like one of those. You put it out through Image or whatever, but the creator owns it.
I see. Okay.
This is pretty cool. Check that out. I like that. But I thought of Mo when I got the old sandpaper in a manila envelope treatment.
Micra says they split the IP between 2 creators. Oh, okay. Yeah, because I know I've seen Kelsey draw that, but then I've seen it like I couldn't remember whose image of Valiant someone had published it, but
Mo says back in the day he got no plastic. Yeah, we get plastic now, so that's something. No board. Yep, I remember. And a sandpaper envelope. Corners were slightly sanded. Yeah, the corners were actually fine, surprisingly, on this one. So he says, I must have gotten his board. And Dave points out, yeah, now we have to spend an extra $10 to get a Gemini mailer for international backers, which I wasn't aware of.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't. No. Well, that's on the new one. On the on the $1 thing. It's not $1, whatever. I'll pay $1 for a comic. And then I saw later on someone told me, hey, you didn't get the Gemini mailer. I was like, what? And
well,
we got Kate and Orlando in the house. Bogan World. See, my thumbnail brought all the Bogans to the yard. Pandemic, though, did anyone get that? I did not. I saw a review on it. It was scathing. Absolutely scathing.
Really?
Mo Biggs says Brett Smith colored Lost Souls. Brett Smith does not like Comicsgate anymore, I believe. I don't recall what happened there. I don't know the inside goss.
I don't know who Brett Smith is. God, I don't know anything.
He's the original colorist on Lost Souls. So it was John Malin, artist.
Okay.
It was Brett Smith, colorist. Your boy Zach writing, and then I think eventually. I think Eric Weathers was on letters from the beginning. It wasn't Eric. Eric told me it wasn't his fault that the letters were blurry. He said that was something else. Micra said, was Pandemic the one where he said he'd write an SJW story that didn't suck? Maybe. I can't remember. I do love Renzo's art though. Okay, so Mo, here we go. Says Brett Smith got angry that Zach fulfilled late and thought it made the team look unprofessional. I don't know if there was more to it. That's all I heard at the time. Yeah, I don't remember either. That's all I know. That is all I know. What else did I wanted to say? Oh, I wanted to bring this up because, well, I want to help out Commie Mark, but also this is concerning for people who are looking to crowdfund on their own websites outside of the Kickstarter and Indiegogo.
Why? What's up?
Von says, legit weird and it's hurting his campaign. Let people know. Commie Mark. Krishna Kid raised more than every book in the just launched section, but isn't included. Some of these have 0 backers. So he's taken screen grabs here of these books that are appearing in the just launched section on Indiegogo, but Krishna Kid is not. It's like, you couldn't find Rob's Replicator 4 in the coming soon. Now you can't find Krishna Kid. And also that happened to Undead. What is it? Dead Stop Tour of Terror for the 656 guys, because I think they had sex in the campaign, like the word sex or something in the campaign.
So I'm going to go here to explore. I'm going to do comics. And is there something that I can check that's like new comics or something?
Yeah, just launched down there on the left. There should be a little filter.
Okay.
Little tick box. So you're looking for
Krishna
not here.
Kid. So
usually it's like first day. It's right there.
My theory is it's got to be because of the word Krishna.
It also could be, some people are speculating it's because they're like think he's mocking.
Yeah, it could have. They could feel like there's some type of religious undertone to it or whatever it is, and it's just like we don't want to be involved with whatever backlash could come from that. Because the other ones you've mentioned, there were reasons, right? It was because it was too violent or whatever it was. I don't think it's like they're picked him out because he's CG or anything like that. I think it.
No, I don't think it's because of CG. He has been previously flagged though.
Oh, okay. Well,
because in his not Daredevil book, his not Daredevil guy was fighting a Nazi or something like that, or a KKK guy. I can't remember what. And so they flagged that campaign. So now he might still have that flag on him. So it's like, but here's the thing, right? I mean, I don't know 100% if his campaign is struggling, because how can you know? Like, how would you know otherwise? But we saw the 656 guys come off the back of really popular book Cryptidnals, and their Dead Stop book struggled right after. And they had the similar treatment. And there's a lot of guys who are thinking, I'm going to do the Eric July thing and get away from Indiegogo or Kickstarter, go it on my own, because how much traffic are we actually getting from this Explore tab? Maybe it's a fair amount.
I think too, it would, I think it always helps. He's not even 50% towards his goal. So like any guy who's going to hit the algorithm, usually it's because they have, they've actually fulfilled their goal within, 24 hours. And that's why we keep the goals low. So if he's not even close, I mean, I don't think that's doing him any favors.
Yeah, there are a few things stacked against him on this one.
Yeah.
But it should at the very least appear in the launching soon, unless there's, but again, that's the thing. Like, do we know? Are we not allowed to have things called Krishna Kid in them?
I mean, so years ago, I took a comic I had finished and I had put it on, what was that platform that ended up going under? The one by Amazon, Comixology, I think it was,
Yep.
And it was like impossible to find. And I had asked them about it, and they essentially just gave me a BS answer. And the answer was, oh, it's up to you to promote it and this and that. And it was essentially, they just didn't do it. It wasn't selected for whatever reason. They didn't have a good reason for it, at least not to tell me as the creator. They probably had their own checklist. And so it's like, okay, and like, it was most likely because the early days of Comixology, you could get on, but they would not promote you unless you were a major name, essentially what it was.
Yeah.
And that's what it was. And they didn't want to tell me that. And so I would imagine to some degree that these guys, have their own, backroom checklist, and everything's not getting checked. All the boxes aren't ticked. So, and, because I think Comic Mark asked them, and they kind of gave them this like BS non-response. So that's probably what happened.
Well, it's like, I know a lot of people are interested in going down the Shopify route, just doing it on your own site. Luke Stone is doing that right now, and he said he's struggling to get people to visit the site. We don't have Eric July's reach. I put out a tweet today because all these people are saying, there's no explanation as to how Eric July has so many backers. And I was like, morons. Where was it? Here it is. I went and checked his Social Blade. He had so in the month that he's been campaigning, he had 2,360,000 views on his YouTube channel. So turning 40,000 of them into paying customers is only a 1.7% conversion rate.
Yeah.
It's just business. But, these guys can't fathom that someone could be getting 2,300,000 views. And that's not even the biggest guy. Like Nerdrotic gets, I don't know, 7,000.
Well, it just goes to show how much they don't know about what they're talking about. It's just like, you're so angry. You're so ass hurt over the fact that someone who you deem to be a villain in real life is making money, ironically doing what you wish you could. And, you know, you're going to try to tear him down and, you know, explain away anything that seems like it doesn't pass your own personal sniff test. Well, it's like, well, you're an idiot. I mean, you're going to die an idiot. Okay? You know?
Yep. What's that hound quote? Your father was a killer. Your brother was a killer. Do you know that one?
I don't think so.
Have it. Oh, it's so good. It was the well, I used to have it with the friggin'. You know what? I want to play it now. I want to play it. Hold on a sec. Mo says, everyone subscribe to 80s Made Consumer. Please do. Please do. He has a great show over there. Phil says, why was I not invited to this stream? This is a draw stream, bro. I mean, it's up to Camel. I don't know. He's sometimes he doesn't.
Oh, I don't invite Phil to streams anymore because every time I do, he tells me he can't come on. So I'm like, you know what? Bye.
I'll invite Phil. Do you want to come on the stream? Let me stop sharing this. I want to share this because I haven't played this in ages, and I want to play it because it sounds like Camel hasn't heard it. I think I called it Chicken. Sort of related to now, which one am I going to play? I think it's this one. Sort of related to B-Rose, I guess.
Good evening, Casey with Interest.
Bring me one of those chickens.
Which one would you like?
You're a talker. Listening to talkers makes me thirsty. And hungry. Think I'll take 2 chickens. What's your name?
What's your name?
The Bloody Hound. Sander Clegane.
You phoned in the right place if you want chicken.
Think I'll take 2 chickens.
Okay. 2 chickens is fine. What would you like?
I understand that if any more words come pouring out your mouth, I'm going to have to eat every chicken in this room.
That's you.
Oh, God. Well, you're very entertaining after a 12-hour day. So whoever you are, thank you for cheering me up.
You're very kind. Someday it'll get you killed.
Well, I'll take my chances. It's all right. You probably shouldn't phone people up with your little death threat, though. It's a bit extreme for a Monday evening.
You didn't know me back in my time. You don't know the things I've done. If the gods are real, why haven't they punished me?
Yeah, right back at you. You don't know the things I've done.
Look at me.
I would love to look at you.
Oh, it stopped? Why did it stop? No. Why did it do that? No, there's more. There's the book. There's the good part. Hold on a sec. Let me get rid of that. Get you out. Ruining my fun. Oh, is it this one? Let's try this one. Have to fast forward a bit. What do we get up to? There.
Someday it'll get you killed.
Well, I'll take my chances. It's all right. You probably shouldn't phone people up with little death.
This is a good spot. I love it when they
extreme for a Monday evening.
You didn't know me back in my time. You don't know the things I've done. If the gods are real, why haven't they punished me?
Yeah, right back at you. You don't know the things I've done.
Look at me.
I would love to look at you.
Your brother is a killer. Your father was a killer. Your sons will be killers someday.
So I don't think my sons will be killers. I don't think so.
You better get used to looking at them.
Okay.
That's the bit that it reminded me of. All right, enough procrastination. I suppose I better get to doing some drawing. Pork says that guy sounds like Alan Moore. That's the hound. Sando cocaine.
You gonna watch the new Game of Thrones, Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it already out? Is the first episode already out?
I think so. I think it came out tonight, actually.
Ooh,
I like to wait. I like to wait, like, get like 4 or 5 in a row.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll sit down one night when my wife's asleep and just watch a bunch back to back. I'm interested to see what the intro is. I wonder if they kept the Game of Thrones song because it's kind of iconic. Or if
has anyone watched it? Is the intro the same? Like, we don't want any spoilers, please.
Yeah, I'm just curious to see if the intro is the same.
But
if you don't know,
yeah, we got Pork Hunt in the house. Sam says he's got no interest. They played the Game of Thrones song at the end. I found that is a thing that happens these days, where the new series. What happens is it just jumps right into the show at the start.
Oh yeah.
And you don't get anything, and then on the second episode you get the intro every time. And I said this to Mel there. They said, "What is going on here?" Like, we started watching the Terminal. The Terminal List. I don't know if you've seen that.
No, my who told us? My in-laws said it was good, but we haven't started it.
It's real good. Like, I feel like Chris Pratt, he just has so much money. He's married to a Schwarzenegger now. So,
well, the funny thing about Chris Pratt is that like, Hollywood's trying hard to cancel him, but he's uncancelable.
Exactly. So he's got so much money. He's like, I want to make. He's like, I found a book. I like this book. I want to make a badass sort of like Navy SEAL Jason Bourne type TV show.
Yeah.
And so that's what he's doing. So he's executive producer on that. And we really like it. I'm into it. I dig it. It's pretty violent and crazy, but it's cool.
Yeah, because I was looking at Box Office Mojo today. And I didn't realize, because, again, nobody wants to talk about it. But that new Jurassic Park movie is right under $1 billion, which I had no idea. Yeah, I was like, that's a ton of money. I mean, that's enough money that, I hope they don't. I think it ended fine. But, like, that's enough money to warrant another sequel. And, you're not hearing any press about that movie. Everyone wants to say it sucks. I didn't think it sucked at all.
Because of him?
What do you mean because of him?
Because of Chris Pratt. Like, because he's conservative and people don't like. It's like Top Gun. People don't want to talk about how Top Gun made $1 gazillion.
Exactly. Yeah.
I just realized I have not seen a single Jurassic Park movie after the first one, and I love Jurassic Park. I just never got around to it. Just never sat down and watched one.
They're very okay. The second one's like kind of over the top, and then you realize after that they're all over the top. You're just like, oh, they just go full retard every single time. You're like, well, all right, I guess that's what we're doing here.
Mo says, I can't believe inflation is so bad that the new Jurassic Park movie almost made $1 billion. And Pork says, Pratt hunts with Joe Rogan. Oh, Top Gun just passed Infinity War. That is nuts.
Yeah, so
like, that's nuts. Like, we live in the sort of comic book world, kind of geek world. So we just sort of figure everyone is into this sort of stuff. Yeah. Obviously, they were massive, but they're not. Like, I know plenty of friends who are like, I would never watch a superhero movie. They think they're gay. They're like, that's kid stuff. Yeah. No thanks.
Well, I think one of the reasons that Top Gun is doing so well, and just something I noticed when I saw it, there were a lot of senior citizens. There were a lot of people who, at least just 10 years older than me. It was like they were able to get everyone to the movie who had probably seen the first one because like when movies like Infinity War or whatever do well, that's from repeat viewings. That's like the dude who sees it 6 times, and that's usually why a lot of the genre films do so well. As like especially Titanic. I mean, that movie did well because he had teenage girls going 15 times to see that thing. And I think, although there's some of that's going on with Maverick, I think a lot of it is actually because they're able to get people of all walks of life to see it. And that's the impossible feat. That's what, they always are trying to do. That's like when that happens, that's, Jaws or E.T. or something like that, where everyone wants to see it. And I think that's why it'll probably continue to climb.
You don't like Top Gun. I love Top Gun. I've watched it so many times. So when it comes out, like sort of on one of these streaming services, I'll watch it then. But I'm not gonna pay for it now.
I don't like dislike it. It's just I just find it to be very gay. I'm like,
I got no problem with that. Believe it or not,
like,
you wouldn't know from all the people who call me a homophobe like 100 times a day now because I've got that video. It's still climbing, by the way. Like, it is not slowing down. Most videos, you put up a video, it'll taper off after a few hours.
Sure.
This one is just like an escalator. It's like it is not slowing down. So I get like 5 messages a day telling me I'm a homophobe who hates black people or something. I don't know.
Oh, that's good. That's helpful. You found your Brie Larson is America's ex-wife video.
I did.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's like you hit a nerve. And for those of you who don't know, that was the video that I think really helped Cecil. Like, that hit the algorithm when he made that. And he ended up getting a ton of views and subs from it. And so, like, that's the golden point. That's the point where everyone, as a content creator, wants to get a couple of those out there. Yeah. And then it's like, oh, okay, this is something to pay attention to.
Yeah, that's what you're doing with these daily videos. Some of them will go okay. And like, I checked the other day, I'm getting views now on this channel that I never even dreamed of.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to brag, and it's going to sound stupid, but I got more views this month than Cecil, John, and Shane, which is crazy. And it's just through the aggregate plus the Sandman thing. And that's it. Like, you're just trying to do videos until one of them or some of them go viral. I remember someone saying that about Anna. She was like, she had 20,000 subs, and then she had a couple of viral videos, and then she's had, hundreds of thousands of subs, and that's just how it goes. But it is funny. It's because like people either really vociferously agree with me and they say thank you. I've been looking at, like, I just thought of this about this Sandman show, and I was just like, is anyone else seeing this? And they're like, oh, cool, there's one video out there. I think that's why I'm the only guy who made this video in all of YouTube somehow.
Well, because you put a video out after that, also Sandman related. It got like 400 views.
Yeah, well, I wanted to sort of like clear the air on it, but it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter what you say. People have made up their mind. If you talk about this subject, you're automatically their enemy.
Well, the reason I bring that up is go ahead.
Oh, they're just saying like, you would hate it if you would hate it if it was set in a gay bar and there were gay people in there. I was like, come on, dude.
Well, the reason I brought that up is because the other video you did, at least the thumbnail, it looks like a basic review, and there's plenty of that, right? So you're not hitting that nerve. It's not, the same type of, what's the word I'm looking for? Contention, I guess, contentious argument.
Yeah. Well, also there's people who, because I was also a bit ambiguous in the title, there's people who are clicking on it, hoping that I'm going to be celebrating how gay it is.
Oh, sure.
And I'm not celebrating it. I'm just saying it would constitute a massive coincidence that in the general population that almost every character is gay. People don't seem to get what I'm saying there. I'm saying like the implication being that if the world looked like how it looks in that movie, that would mean 75% of the world's population would be homosexual. And that's not the world we live in. But people I don't know, they can't make that connection. Let me catch up with what the chat is saying here. Pork Hunt says, hang on. American Discord says, let Phil in, make him drop. I sent Phil the link. He doesn't want to come in. He toys with us. He toys with our emotions. Pork Hunt says, my favorite Maverick film is with Mel Gibson, James Garner, and Jodie Foster. I love that movie. I also watched all the Maverick, original black and white Maverick TV shows.
Oh, really?
They hold up. They are real good. I mean, obviously it's like, a different time, but man, they are enjoyable. Mo says Bancroft is not a homophobe who hates black people, homosexual who hates black people. The jury's out. Now, hang on. I am married with kids, Mo. We've got Jason Black in the house. How you going? All right, people are saying this and that. Dying Day says, if you weren't a homophobe, Bancroft, you'd watch Chemo's Night Twink 2 review on stream right now. Well, I'm busy right now, Dying. I'm busy. I've got this fella here waiting in the wings. Artist Phil. What's going on, Artist Phil?
What is up?
I like those glasses. Those are cool.
Thanks,
let me take a look at them.
Yeah, I bought these to be on Camel Nights, and then that show got canceled or something.
No. We lost your link in the mail, I think is what happened.
What happened? What's this new show on Bancroft's channel?
There's no new show. I've been doing this show at this time slot.
This Camel Jack show or whatever you're doing.
It's a rotating show. We decided to do our own rotating show. And it's essentially, it's just Comicsgate Kings, but after the king is the Jack. And seeing as
after the king, hang on. After the king is the queen, and we're not going to do that.
Well, I don't want to be the Comicsgate queens.
90% of my content is already become gay or trans or gender related already. I don't want to get typecast.
Yeah.
So we went with Jax. Jack's a cool jack of all trades,
But it's just you two. It's just the two of you.
Well, there's the potential for a third and fourth, but we're hedging our bets. Let's see what happens.
Haven't found anyone that we like. You don't want to get, because if you invite a third wheel, and then you got to get rid of them.
Yeah,
right.
It's awkward.
It just turns into your video game streams, which is you guys and Rob.
Yeah, exactly.
So also, there's a prerequisite. You need to be one of the guys in CG who does everything. You need to write, pencil, ink, color. So unless you do all of those,
all trades.
Yeah,
there's rules to get on Kings. Yeah, you can't just get on Kings. I mean, normally.
Yeah,
so we thought we should have rules to get on Jacks.
And you don't care that there's a show called the Jack Show.
Fuck them.
The day before.
In fact, we're going to start doing it Thursdays at 11 o'clock. So you can do Jack or Jack. I'm sure that won't piss people off.
The show could have used
we're not trying to trademark this.
All right.
We're not trying to build a brand here. We're just fucking around on YouTube. Dying Days of YouTube says we're the two wild and crazy guys. Hold on a sec. You know it. This is our motto right here.
I am a maverick. I am a savage. I am a legend. I am a madman. You never know what I'm going to do next. I am a mad lad.
Look at me. I turned my hat around.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
That looks gay. I'm going to turn it back. You never know what we're gonna do.
I understand now. I was confused at first.
Yeah.
It's confusing.
I see you guys.
We made it purposefully confusing so that people will go like, "What is this about?" and click on it.
Well thought out plan.
Yeah. Well, what we're hoping is people think like, "Oh, Jax is on Camel now," so we'll go to Camel show for Jax show, and then be sorely disappointed.
Yeah, for sure. No, I get it.
The other option was we had discussed calling it Comicsgate Princes.
Yeah, the CG Princes. I mean, that makes sense.
The problem with that is now anyone who wants to consider themselves a prince can just show up, like, you know.
Yeah. We could also have gone with like CG Lords.
There's a lot of lords in CG though.
You're not the monarchy, but you are you have titles and land.
Mm-hmm.
How about
there's lots of ways we could have gone, but
what do you think about the Führers?
Die Führer.
We're gonna change Hail to Heil. Is that? Can we do that thing? No. Oh, all right.
Everyone, D the legend himself has just gifted 5 memberships. We're trying to catch back up to Camel. We were up like close to Camel, then we dropped down. We had the big crash. We're climbing our way back up thanks to the generosity
the
of
stock
people
market.
Yeah.
Membership
people
crash
like D.
in 2022.
But you guys like Hojo, Bogan World. Who else can I see here? Dying Days, Checkpoint, Shelby. You got to hit that green thing at the top of the chat, the gift, and hit allow gifts. Otherwise, you don't get them. Grab your memberships. Everyone says Sumo. Yes, please do. D says CG Cunts. I like this name with a K.
Yeah.
Like
CG Colonials. Look, that's the thing. Like I'm saying, we're not trying to build a brand here. It can be whatever we want. We're not stuck on a train track.
We could be like the kick-ass killer cunts and have 3 Ks.
Mm.
You know?
I didn't know about that.
Oh, that's not good. Sorry. I'll
Mo says, ever since Rod entered Bancroft's life, he's been jacking full time. He'd like to get on Kings, but now he's jacking it with everything he's got. For now. Yeah. I can never be a king unless I go and work for the mainstream, which I would never do, and then come back to Comicsgate.
What if one of us was working for the mainstream under a moniker this whole time?
Like a nom de plume?
I don't speak French.
It's a pen name.
No, like
a nom de guerre.
Like a pen name.
Yeah, a nom de plume.
Yeah.
I don't know. You guys are too wild and crazy guys.
Yeah, we keep it sophisticated over here. I don't know.
Well, I have a theory. After Zach's latest YouTube tweet that he plans on working for the main 2, because he wants to be on Comicsgate Kings. That's my thought.
That's his goal.
Oh, that's his whole plan.
Yeah.
He feels excluded.
He's like, if I denounce CG, Heather will answer my call. Mm-hmm. I'll get, assistant editor credit at Valiant or wherever the fuck. And that's just enough for him to finally get on, on Comicsgate Kings. That's the theory. I mean, if anyone
what was his newest thing? Was that he likes his books being in half-price books? That one or the new one?
There was that one. He was like, this is a dream, seeing my book sell in the bargain bin.
$5.
I know where that is too. I know exactly what bookstore that is.
Oh, really?
Because I would go there. I would sell my DVDs there. No joke. Whoever sold that probably got $1 for it. They don't give you nothing.
Well, it's half price books, right? It looked like the same sticker they have at the place by.
Oh yeah, no. Oh, so half price, Phil?
Yeah, they have.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. There's a big one in pretty much right in the center of Austin that I would go to. That's what it looked like to me. So,
Hojo and Bogan World snapped up 2 memberships. That means there's 3 left out there. Shelby, what are you doing? Get in there.
Wait, I don't know how
Become
to
a
do
member
this.
for a month.
I click on the green button and nothing happens. It just says 5 gifted memberships.
All right. Well, if you're not seeing anything, then screw you. No, you
Brad
can. Yeah,
doesn't love
it's annoying if it doesn't show you. That means you got to go to the friggin' channel main page and hit join and do it through there. It's a whole annoying thing. Antoine says the quality of Maya's writing is, and he just gives a ... and then Mo wonders, better than his coloring. And Dean says, just barely, mate. You guys are being savage tonight. Speaking of savage, did you see earlier that I received Grand Bazaar? Phil?
No. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Look, this is what I got it in.
Do
you see that?
Yeah, I see it. Yeah. All right.
But I know you're looking at this envelope and you're thinking, well, hang on, that's not.
There must be a box in there.
Very protective, but well, don't you worry about it. It
box.
came with 2 rough-hewn, recycled, highly flexible cardboard boards.
There wasn't a box in the envelope?
No. There was a comic book sandwiched between
That's
2
all
of
you
these.
need, Phil. Come on.
No.
Yeah.
This is worse than weighing a sandwich bag. Remember that?
Much worse. No, I'm like the Ziploc bag. I'm a proponent of no problem. He was correct. The Ziploc bag is airtight. It's thick plastic. I mean, it may not look the best, but it does the job. So we were like way too hard on Wanger. Way too hard. Pork Hunt for 5 says Zach is elated his homeless bros can now afford his comics. He now has status at the shelter. Damn, you guys are savages. Absolute savages. I get the point he's making. Is like he wants everyone to read it, but I mean it's not.
Oh, that's not the point I thought he was making. I thought it was that like he feels he's reached the level of being used. Like, God, I can't really explain it, but like,
no, I think I know what you're saying, but I don't think it was that. I think he's just
okay.
He's found his book out there in the wild at a cheap and affordable thing on the resale markets. He would always be like, if he likes a book, he'll just leave it somewhere where someone can find it. Like that was his whole thing.
Because like years ago, one of the comics I worked on ended up on like Pirate Bay, and I remember thinking how cool that was. Like, wow, someone's like ripping this off, But
yeah,
I didn't tweet about it or anything. I was like, whatever.
No, there was another tweet. There was another like community post where he said something that was getting people's hackles up. I can't remember what it was. People were tweeting about it. It seems to be a daily occurrence. But then he'll come out with a tweet. He had a great one earlier that I saw where he was like, every Marvel hero now. And it was just a picture of that. Like, it was like the... hang on. I'll go find it rather than describing it.
Just to let you know, I'm drawing as well, guys. I just finished this while we've been
you
talking.
are?
Yeah, while we've been talking, Mike, I think you'll know who this guy is here. So you can see that.
Oh, that's
Huckleberry.
Now wait, it could be Doc Holliday or it could be Johnny Ringo. There's like a similarity.
Doc Ringo.
I think the size of the hand will give it away.
Johnny Holiday.
Johnny Holiday. I hope I didn't delete all my Doc Holidays that I have.
It is.
I have 2 guns, 1 for each of you.
You got it. That's
there you
right.
Go. Classic. Now, do you know? Hang on, let me get rid of. Do you know what they say in that movie when they're speaking Latin?
Roughly. I know some parts. I used to know the whole thing, but Yeah.
I'm just trying to pull up this community thing before we get into that. Yeah, this one here. I thought this was like, this is classic Zach. This is much more akin to 2017 Salty Zach that we all loved. He says literally every SJW Marvel superhero these days, and he's the Damon. I can't remember what this character was called. It was from a skit. He was playing a
handicap man.
Yeah.
handyman.
Yeah, I think so.
I can't remember, but yeah, no, there was another one that he loves these community posts. It's like, it's just Twitter, but it's on YouTube. So
well, that's what's so funny, but I got to get off of Twitter. Oh, let me just do the same thing somewhere else. Like, all right.
But this
there's
way,
that
only,
one.
Only people that follow him or subscribe to him can see them, right? So
yeah, I think so. I mean, you can find it, but like, here's the thing: you don't have to engage with everyone on Twitter. Like, you can just ignore them, but he never could. So, you know, yeah, not tweets, Mo, but these community posts, they do really well. Like, I often get more interaction on the YouTube things. I just never remember to do them. Dying Days points out Phil is the only one drawing.
True.
I started a little bit, but no, Camel's drawing. Mo says not just books he liked. Zach liked a copy of a really bad Chip Zdarsky Spider-Man on top of a creepy abandoned ice cream truck. Classic Zach. And Hojo says, fun fact, I met Sam Elliott in a bar just outside of Tombstone, Arizona, where I was stationed. A dude is just like that in real life. That's cool. That's awesome. He plays the sort of same character every time, doesn't he?
What a legend, that guy.
So, absolute ledge. Full on ledge, bro. I don't know if all the members have been snagged up. I think there's still 3 more. I don't know how you got, like, I see Hardware Wars, Dying Days of YouTube, Checkpoint. You guys still haven't got them. I don't know what else I can do.
Cry about it.
I don't know what else I can say. Look, I drew this guy here. This is what I was telling you, Camel, where I don't zoom in past a certain point.
Mm-hmm.
So I just like have to draw it at this scale, so as I don't get like bogged down in details and stuff.
Well, the other problem too, if you zoom in too much, is you'll start to realize that like your scale is off.
That's true.
So, like if you're like working in on his arms and you're like, wow, that arm looks great, and then you zoom out and he's got a little stub arm, you're like, oh, fuck, I gotta come back out.
That's all right. Everyone will tell me he's got a stub arm anyway.
Look at that stub arm.
Do you draw often, Phil?
No, I don't. I
just to get access to this show.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. Now I want to ask a drawing. What would you say? A stint? Is that what they say? Drawing stint. I drew a little bit. Well, probably 5 months ago. I was doing just like, I don't really draw. I just look at other drawings and kind of copy them from my eyes because I can't draw, you know? I wish I could. It would be cool for concepts. Like I look at guys like Vaughn, and Vaughn, he could draw, and he does like all this concept art and stuff. And I'm like, oh, that's so freaking awesome. I wish I could do that. But I just, for fun, will draw stuff, other arts that I see. Like,
do you think that would help you a lot in like your writing, Phil?
No, I don't think for the writing. I think for visualizing concepts, and I think it would be a real fun thing for me to do. So I could just be like, hey, look at this. This is how I'd like it, and rip off of that, you know, rather than, because what I do is I'll write concept descriptions for an artist and then collab on those characters with them. But it would be cool to be like, oh, this is my own art, you know. But I can't. I would imagine drawing is like similar to looking at something. You're looking at it in your head and copying what you see in your mind. Is that not how it works, Michael?
I've always described it as like a symbiotic relationship. Like I know what I want, and the page tells me what I need, and you kind of go back and forth and find common ground.
Yeah, you work as you go. You're like, well, I know where I want to get to, but then sometimes you start it and you're like, oh, that's not really what I had envisioned, but I guess this is the direction we're heading, so let's sort of like figure it out as we go. And you just kind of get used to what you do, and then so you're like, almost all the time it'll work out eventually, almost all the time, but like along the way there's a lot more mystery to it than just like putting down what you see in your mind on the paper. I don't know, maybe some people
there are guys like you could find them on YouTube who see it all first, and they will sit there and they will render a complete hand before they move on to the forearm, and then finish the forearm, do the arm, do the torso, do the head, and without any type of sketching or, you know, like rudimentary layout. And then when you pull out, they have an entire picture. Those guys, I feel, are pretty rare. I don't see them very often. Usually those are like savants.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like the way like Fraga does that free flow stuff, or the
he had to teach himself how to do that. After he already kind of knew how to draw. Right. So that's like a separate skill, I think. That's like, you know, like not all musicians can just kind of free flow things. They read off music, sheet music or whatever, but you know, if they want to teach themselves how to do that, like, you know, they can if they put in the effort. I think that's more akin to that. But yeah, I'm not like that at all, but maybe I could if I practice. I don't have really real interest in that, but you know.
Yeah, that Doc Holliday was actually from like a year and a half ago. This is some of the newer stuff that I did when I was looking at some Simon Bisley stuff. It's like a Punisher he did.
Let me go full screen. Oh, that's cool.
Comic book.
Oh, I like that. That's cool.
Punisher, jacked arm, doing some Bisley studies, some Judge Dredd, kind of like.
So you can copy pretty good.
Yeah, it's fun for me too. It's like I can't take ownership of this shit, but it's fun to, you know.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like that's how you draw. You copy other guys, and then you try to draw something. Like you know, you just all right. Well, I'm going to draw something different now using the techniques that I learned while copying, and then eventually you just sort of get better at that. And then one day, years later, you kind of look back, you look at what you're doing, and you're like, oh, I've sort of developed my own style here. That's the whole thing. Like it's not any more mysterious than that.
Yeah, I mean, I'd do more of it if I had more time. But like, also, if I had more time, I'd be writing many more scripts than I'm writing right now. Yeah.
Phil, are you full-time CG or are you still working somewhere else?
Oh no, I have my day job. I mean, I'm CG for life, brother. But no, I got working at the production company in the arcade as well. There's actually someone doing a documentary about the arcade I worked at, which is pretty cool.
Do you want to be full-time CG?
Yeah, I'd love to. But at the same time, my job is so chill and cool that I could work on projects at the production company. Yeah. That, I mean, my brother and I both work there. We share an office, so even if
that is cool.
hit it big and stuff, we still go out. We go in there to help out because they've helped us out so much. They actually, you know, our boss was one of the main reasons we got into doing our own comics because he pushed us to do it. You know, but
he's cool with the whole thing.
Yeah, it was super cool. And even recently, like this just past week, he let us put up like our books at the front counter of the arcade to sell, like if people wanted them.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah. But
did you tell him? Did you tell him thanks, but no thanks were cool?
No. I'm like, hell yeah! So there's like a little standee up there. But yeah, if I had extra days to write, that would be helpful.
D apparently is not aware that you work in a video game arcade. It's not just a video game arcade. It's friggin' massive. And
yeah.
Phil has done videos like showing off some of the games, and it's actually probably a lot cooler than you're even thinking, D.
Yeah, it's huge. We actually recently, probably about almost a month ago now, expanded. We got an extra area that was a different business behind the arcade, and we knocked down a bunch of walls and added a bunch more space to the area. So we have about 880 games right now. It's called the Galloping Ghost Arcade. Pork Hunt, what do your duties consist of at the arcade?
Porn.
Did I freeze? What happened?
No,
I changed. Oh, you did freeze. Are you there?
I'm there.
No, you're back.
Okay. Sorry.
I just changed the thing to camel, so we're like swapping up a bit. That's all.
Cool. Yeah, I do like video editing, animation. I did some 3D animation for some games, and since the pandemic, a bunch of people quit because some do not have the intestinal fortitude to work with the public. So I had to start working back at like the front counter and stuff over at the arcade and stuff.
Why are the gamers really? Are they abusive?
No. The people
like,
were
you robbed me of my quarters. People don't still pay in quarters, do they? They got like cards or something these days.
No, we don't even do cards. So it's just a cover charge. It's $25 for the whole day. We're open from 11 a.m. to usually midnight. Fridays and Saturdays are open until 2 a.m.
Did you get regulars in there?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Every Monday we put a new arcade up on the floor. So a new game is added. And so people come out, and we stream on Twitch too. So we're like partnered with Twitch. I don't know if you guys knew that. So
Courtney's popped in. Hello, Courtney. And Pork says, I want your job. We got D-Wag in the house.
Yo, D-Wag.
He says, I don't know what it's like to be encouraged to do anything. Everyone tells me I should just quit. Never D-Wag.
Yeah,
I swear, like, D-Wag does a good show. You need to do more of it. D says, Twitch link, please. Can you put that in the private chat? I'll put that in the chat for
sure.
D.
Let me see. There you go. Yeah, it's pretty chill.
Right. Galloping Ghost Arcade. Here you go. Here you go, D. How you guys stream once a week, did you say?
Yeah, Mondays, every Monday. About 6 Eastern time. And we're actually working on a video game as well, a fighting game. that my boss has been working on for a really long time. And he wants to do a comic with those characters to kind of like introduce the world. So we might do something with that. I had commissioned a pinup from someone as just like a proof of concept to show my boss, and he's digging it. So maybe we'll do a little joint comic with them. It'd be cool.
You're making a game, aren't you, Camel?
I am, yeah.
Really?
What's
Probably
the,
come out 2023, maybe 2024 the latest, but probably 2023.
How many Y's are in the word game when you say it, though?
Yeah, how do you spell it?
I don't get it. What?
He's like, not game, G-A-M-E. Game, G-H-E-Y-M.
Uh-huh.
How gay is this game?
Oh, how gay is it? I mean, it's going to be as gay as possible. You know? I wouldn't make it if it wasn't gay.
So.
Yeah.
Good. It's good to know. So this is boots and heels, huh?
Yeah.
Boots
Getting there.
Heels.
It's
Did you use the chain brush?
No, you can see I drew all that out.
I don't know.
But it's 12 issues. It's all finished. I'm just cleaning it. I mean, I can clean about a page or two a day, so it's not too bad.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. And
Well, yeah.
like before, well, actually I've flattened this a couple times, so you can't really see what it was, but it's just a lot of highlights because I don't use back in the day I wasn't using whiteout to do my, like white line. So I really just go in and it's just easier if I just do it here because if it doesn't look right, I can do it again. But like getting these lines with whiteout for me is a pain in the ass. So,
yeah.
Like it's like, all right, if I can do it in post, then I'll just do it there. But yeah, so it's coming along. This one I finished the other day. I think that came out quite nice.
Oh, that is kind of cool.
And what's nice too is I was able to kind of work with like this inverse effect here of boots and heels, like in the portal.
Mm-hmm.
Let me move this up so you guys can see it. And I just kind of flipped it. And also when I'm doing the post-corrective work, I can add, the tint, the zip-a-tone.
Yeah. Zip tone, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and I love zip tone. Like you can make it look really cool, especially like. And I also add a little bit of airbrush, which you would not normally see in a black and white. But I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do it anyway because it's the future, and I can make the comic however I want.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Oh, it's looking rad. I was sorry, I was drawing.
No, it's okay. Yeah.
Wow, can you go back to the original? Holy shit! Like go back to the.
I'll have to find it. Still? Yeah, I know man, I have
You got to see this, Phil. Like that's basically 100% redrawn.
Yeah, it's all right. I gotta.
It reminds me of
where is it?
Who's that guy from Marvel? Just because the galaxy is.
Oh yeah, that guy. Yeah, I know that. I know that guy.
You know that guy in the chat. Who's the guy who's the big like godly character in Marvel Comics, and he's just like
it's yeah, we talked about that the other day. It's friggin' we said it the other day.
Jim Starlin, exactly that guy.
No, it's not the Living Tribunal. It's
the other guy that hangs out. Eternity.
Yeah.
So this is what it was.
Oh yeah.
And wait, hold on, let me get rid of this. So that's what it was. It really needed a lot of work. And then this
checkpoint
is what
says Spider-Man. It was
And yeah, so this is what it was, and then this is what I made it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Just night and day.
Hard work.
I know.
Paying off.
Mo says Camel's game requires using the NES power pad as a loincloth and humping the couch. Jesus. I hope not. because I don't have the NES Power Pad loincloth. And we're gonna play it, aren't we, on the show eventually?
Yeah, we'll play it when it's. You know what we might do is when I get closer to launch, we might do like a couple of like beta tests because I think that'll be fun too, and it'll be good if I can have other people check it out because then they can say like, okay, this doesn't work, that does work, etc., etc.
Are you going to crowdfund the game?
Yeah, it's going to be part of the third Hail Salad campaign. So it'll be whatever book I'm on, whether that's book 2 or 3. I think it'll probably be book 2, and then the game itself. So those will be the 2 big things I'm selling at that point. But I'm gonna get to a point where the game itself will be 90% complete, whereas the comic I'll probably still have to draw from scratch once I start the campaign.
Yeah.
We have a super chat here from Fresh Luke who says, what is Comicsgate's policy on animated crowdfunds? By the way, landing page for Random Saga is live. Thank you so much, Fresher. Well, as the only person here who's done a animated crowdfund, Camel, I don't know, maybe you have an opinion on that. I mean, I think whatever
What's
goes.
the question? I wasn't listening. Sorry.
So his Fresh Luke has he's crowdfunding an animation.
Oh yeah, right. I remember. Okay.
So he's just asking.
Well,
what
my
think about that?
Eventually later, it'll probably be March of next year because I've kind of put a lot of thought into it. I really want to give Boots and Heels some time to breathe. I'll do the Hail Salad Second Chance campaign, and that'll have the Blu-ray in it, right? So you'll be able to get whatever I end up at 10 or 12 episodes. Now, that works for me because I spent at that point 2.5 years making the cartoon. People know it's done. And I don't know what the interest is in starting from scratch on an IP no one's ever heard of. You can try it, but I would have a sizable amount done before I decided to do any type of crowdfund, because you really want to have a good trailer so that people are like, okay, this is something I like or don't like. And I'd put it out there for free or something. Do an episode for free. Really get some interest in it. Because
he's only looking at a 10-minute animated short. That's what he wants to crowdfund.
The last
but, I mean, 10 minutes is long for a.
It is,
for animation.
The last thing you want is to promise investors of 5 to 10 grand worth that you're going to do a thing, and then you have to be beholden to that because your interest will wane if you don't feel like you're getting paid enough.
Yeah.
Antoine says, read the bylaws, Fresher Luke. CG bylaws.
I may or may not have met with Luke sometime when I was out of town and had lunch with him, and he was we were talking about this. And this is ages and all ages animation, and he wants to do it, crowdfund it. I was saying maybe a good idea to incentivize people, especially in CG, since we're so used to physical media, maybe having something that's physical that goes along with this. Like maybe a mini comic or something. But I dig his animation style. All his trailers always look so cool when he has them for the books he does.
Yeah,
and really passionate. He really wants to bring something has that all ages style to it, like old school animation stuff.
Let's check it out.
Oh.
I'm guessing all the backgrounds are going to be in this style here.
Yeah, almost like when they were in that cave, it looked like almost painted stuff.
Yeah, because some of them are like that, and then obviously some of them are still being drawn. I mean, look, it's cool. I dig it. I think it's cool that you're doing it. I have nothing really to base it on in terms of like how it's going to go. We don't know. Like, who knows?
Well, the other thing too is generally when you have some type of crowdfund, you're getting a thing that you can interact with. You get like a physical thing. Like even when I do the video game, like I'm going to offer a cartridge for NES, but I'll also offer like a download for an emulator, but you still get to play the game. And so with an animation, it's just like, all right, well, I get to watch it now. But
you would assume everyone gets to watch it. You when you crowdfund an animation like that, you're an investor. You know, you're
right. That's what I'm saying. So it's a different market than CG is used to. Yeah. And so I don't know if that's a CG audience or maybe there's like an animation audience that would be more interested in something like that would be worth looking into.
Yeah.
I love that snake guy though.
Oh, it looks cool. It looks cool. Yeah. I have no It's like when people come to me and say, "Hey, do you want to promote a novel?" And I'm like, I mean, I'm not sure. I'm sure there are people who read novels in the audience. I used to read. That used to be like all I did before I got the stupid idea to make a comic.
Nerd.
Nerd.
But like crowdfunding them is a whole different thing. Luke says the animation audience is all autistic. Well, then they'll fit right in here. They'll fit right in.
I'm giving you what I think are best known practices for a successful campaign. I'm not trying to say do it or don't do it. I'm just thinking like, don't put yourself in a position where you're now like, you have to follow through with something and you're not making enough money to want to continue to do it.
Talk to Murph, Luke. If there's anyone who knows about animation in CG, it would be Murph. Because he's making a feature and he's been making it for 7 years.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it's pretty famous. It's like he's had proper seed investment and he's in with Hollywood. His son's an actor. And he might have some special insight that someone like me wouldn't. Watch Bancroft, not even read it. Read it, Bancroft. What are you talking about, Mo? Is it? Yeah. He says, I think it's one of those ideas that sound really cool, but maybe isn't super practical. Is this Luke's thesis for a master's degree from Cal Arts? Is that a constructive? Right. Okay. Because it's like the characters have that look to them. I guess. I don't really know.
Unless he's trying to crowdfund his homework. In which case, that's a little gauche.
I so would have done that when I was in school.
Crowdfunding the project.
Yeah, because I did a website for my t-shirt company as my multimedia project. I mean, it's a completely impractical website, but it got me high distinction in multimedia, which wasn't that difficult because everyone else was a shithead. Checkpoint says, how about an NFT that is broken up into how many people backed and then they could resell their share of the animation ledger like a crypto based on the value of the animation? Or nah? I have no idea what you're saying, Checkpoint. I mean, I get that it's English, but I'm sure it makes sense to people who know these things. It doesn't matter how many times people explain this stuff to me. I'm like, yeah, okay. Okay. D says Narwhal is doing animation. He has something up on YouTube and Patreon. Yeah, I just don't like. I mean, I can't see a model where after it's crowdfunded, people would pay for it. Even did you guys see that? It's like a year old now. It's called like Dynamo or Dynamite or something. It's like someone made a 30-minute science fiction story on YouTube using green screen and I'm guessing Unreal Engine. And I mean, it looks pretty rad. It's got like 3 million views or something. The clips went viral because it just showed a woman kind of walking around a green screen doing stuff.
I have seen that.
Composition.
It's really good,
yeah. So that the full 30-minute thing is up on YouTube. Has been up for a year.
Huh.
And you can go watch it. But like that's the thing. Like I don't know how much money and hours they would have sunk into that. But it's for free to watch.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I knew a guy years ago who made a Batman versus Terminator animated cartoon.
I remember you showing me that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, especially for whatever came out, about 8-9 years ago. And now he's doing a Metal Gear Solid one. He's been working on that for 6 years. And it's like, it looks tremendous. But at the end of the day, it's like he's just doing it. It's just like, he's doing it either because he wants to or because he sees it as a way to get into the industry. But my thought is he clearly could have gotten into the industry by now with any one of those clips. And so it's like he's doing it for some other reason, maybe just because he wants to. But, when you start to try to monetize stuff that a lot of people are used to getting for free, unless it's porn, it's going to be an uphill battle.
So I have a buddy.
Allegedly.
I have a buddy that does. He's an artist that I've worked with, but he's also an actor. And him and his friends did crowdfunded a fan 15-minute movie, Casey Jones movie. It's called Casey Jones Live Wire, and they made like $17,000 on Indiegogo. I think they did a Kickstarter as well. But they had I'll do like a fake, VHS tape, or a little statue and stuff like those were kind of like the incentives to crowdfund their production on it. And then they did the premiere here in Chicago and we went a couple of weeks ago, but they put it out on YouTube after they did the premiere. So they have like this whole 30 minutes, including behind the scenes and stuff of it. And I guess they're kind of using that as like a pilot, trying to pitch a pilot to some studio or whatever. But they did the crowdfunding, but still had physical things to give backers, even though they haven't.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I made a movie a couple years, or about 10 years ago now that I think about it. No, it's not Pokemon. It was something else. But we had a premiere.
Done one.
Yeah, we had a premiere for it, and we sold tickets. And what I did was on the back of the ticket, you could fill out a form, and if for an extra $10, we would send you the DVD of it. And we sold probably about 50, 60 of them, So it's like, but that was just really a way to try to recoup any amount of money because, it cost, I think, $500 to get the just the theater rented. So it was at that point, I was just paying for, any type of exposure or anything that I could. But it's so hard to make legit money off of that. That's because once it's done, unless you have, Harrison Ford in it, no one's doing anything with it.
Fresher says, send me the link. I'm guessing it's to this Unreal Engine thing. I'll just share one of these trailers and you can then go watch the full thing. Where is it? So this is one of those, this is what I'm talking about. It's one of those VFX. I'll go to the side here so you can see the whole thing. And you can see how they filmed it and how they made it. It's pretty cool. So you can see there she is down in that window there.
And so the surroundings.
This isn't the best example.
But the environment's computer generated.
Here we go.
Right?
Here we go.
Is the when she gets on the elevator, right? Yeah, there it is.
That's that one, yeah. Yeah, so it's a little story about, I mean, they live in this world and her boyfriend or whatever is away in a different city and he's about to come back and she gets mixed up with this gang or something. I don't know. It's like,
you know what
it's the first episode.
You know what it looks like? It looks like, remember that video we watched about a month ago about that city they're building in the desert, the line?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I imagine it's going to look like. It's going to look like this.
Yeah, eventually, this is the under.
Total dystopian.
No, but the whole world looks like this, apparently.
Yeah.
It's just like, she grows hydroponic fresh fruit. And she sells it at a train station. That's how she makes her living.
Yeah, she lives on the 3rd floor out of 400 floors.
Yeah, so the half an hour version, it's called Dynamo Dream. I'll write it in the is available on YouTube.
See,
I made Mel watch it and she was like, what is this bullshit?
I think
come
this
on,
level of
like,
effects though, that would be great for a Netflix show. Like Netflix is always so trash. Or not trashy, but like junk. It's just terrible.
Yeah, I was talking about Unreal on Camel Knights once, and someone in the chat was like, Unreal is fucking BS. It's shit. And I'm like, it looks.
Did they work for Unity or?
We use Unity at my work.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we work in Unity.
I spent a day 1 month trying to figure that out, and I was like, you know what, we're good here.
It's a lot.
Bisco wants to know if that's a Blender shot. I mean, I got no idea. I just saw it one day. I searched on YouTube, watched it.
It's probably a composite, dude. I'm sure they have Blender for the objects, and then they're using, After Effects and everything, and probably smoke even.
Yeah, I liked it. Good enough. It's fine.
Well, I think I'm done drawing, guys.
Oh,
you've had enough. You've that's your quota for the for the month.
Feels like this is hard. I'm out.
I'm gonna leave this to Brandon.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. God only knows what we'll do when Brandon runs this outfit, right, guys?
Yeah, we were supposed to talk about that.
Who's Brandon?
He says, you don't know Brandon? Brandon Diaz is the other half of Zaid Comics.
Oh, he's your brother? I didn't know that was your brother's name.
Yeah.
And Phil was cleverly repurposing a Tombstone quote.
Oh,
that's right.
Cleverly.
Mo says Bancroft would have promoted that project heavily if it was called Dyna Dream. I didn't get that one, Mo.
Mo's office game tonight. Remember when Mo was funny?
I think it's the dream. Oh, don't say that.
Remember the good old days when Mo had jokes?
Ooh. I mean, it's probably just flying over our heads, but
that's what it is.
It's because Mo doesn't watch Camel Knights. That's why.
Well, it's not helping his case, that's for sure.
I got this big sample towel in from the towel company.
Oh, yeah? Let's have a look. Oh, America.
Mack trucks. So soon we'll have the actual proof. Probably next week or something for the towel. We put it all in.
Are you going to send me my towel in a paper envelope?
Dude, I can't believe that. No. It'll be packaged well.
Mo says, Camel's still salty that I never knew he had his own channel until it got banned.
Any press is good press, Now you know, Mo. There's no excuse.
Alrighty. Got a head to draw. Little head. Now I gotta go back and remember what the back of this guy's head looks like. You see the troubles of being an artist?
Just put them all in hoods, you know? Everyone's got a hood.
He's wearing a suit. I can't put him in a hood.
No.
You should put a. Is he bald?
He could be like Kevin Smith. You
Bald,
know, he's got a hood and a suit.
Spot. So I drew him in Waking Dream, the back of his head. So I'll go on to Camel while we get that loaded.
You should put a tattoo on the back of everyone's head so you could recognize them from the back.
Like a barcode.
Yeah.
Sumo says, "Is this thing on?" I see you, Sumo.
Sumo.
I see you. He says, "If he saw my chats, he'd get the explanation." All right, what's going on? Justice for Mo. I stand with Mo. Okay, Dinah. Oh, okay, that is clever. So it's Dinah because it's Dynamo Dream, but I gate kept the Mo. Get it? Yeah. Now that is actually clever. Yeah. Come on, Mo. You know
we were the slow ones.
I'm not on the ball that much. Darren says all the energy of the panel is dead. This is draw stream. This is what it is.
Yeah. So we don't all live in dumpsters, do you?
Mo says Camel makes Bancroft dumber and not by contrast. And Darren says just phone it in. No one will care. Now I'm gonna go do a little research.
A little head research. All right, guys, I'm gonna go to bed.
Head. You're out of here.
Thanks for the invite. I cherish this time we spent together.
Good.
Really.
I'm glad I got you back. Glad I got you back drawing. You know, it's important.
Did you know we're perfect matches on the Myers-Briggs scale, Bancroft?
Myers-Briggs. Remind me what that is.
What? That's that personality test you're always.
Oh, really? Is it? I thought I call it 16 personalities. I can't.
Oh,
I don't remember people's names. Like someone asked me earlier, I think it was Pork. Is like, what novels, what authors do you like? I'm like, I don't remember their names. I barely remember the titles of the books.
The guy who wrote the Bible. That guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you are you're the, what is it? The advocate?
I'm an ENFP. I'm the campaigner.
Oh, that's not me.
No. We're not the same. You and I are perfect matches.
Oh, I get you. We enjoy each other's company.
Yes, because you're the same as Shant, and Shant and I are perfect matches as well. Mo says get a room, yeah. Or sorry, Sumo says
Jelly Mo.
It's all right. We always mistake Sumo for other people.
All right, everybody. Fine. See you. Thank you.
Hey, good night. Love you. Call you.
Here, Phil. Darkside says, Camel, that's a big horse dong.
Yeah, I gotta fix the
I've never drawn a horse. Like not properly. Like,
is that right?
Pictionary. I think I might make a rule that there are no horses in the Lucent universe.
I like drawing horses. I mean, I'm not the best at them, but whatever. You know, they're fine. It's not like you know, who's the guy who does the great horses? Who actually looks like the exact same character on the, I can't remember. Is it Aaron?
Aaron Lepresti, Wraith of God. Yeah.
I mean, those are like legit horses. Mine are cartoony. You know?
I think if I were to draw horses, I would just Google image search horse running or whatever. And
that's what I did. Yeah.
Draw it in a very similar pose. Like no deviation. Because when they move, their muscles change and everything. It's like,
yeah. I don't mind it looking like I drew it. I think that.
But you do a cartoon style, so it doesn't matter. Like, I do a more realistic style, so I'll get people going, the 12th metacarpal on the horse's hind is like, too extended for that. Jesus.
I assume it's Mo's
sorry. No, it's not Mo. No, it's others. Sorry about your early onset dementia. As long as Painted Death isn't bound together like Xenotype. Oof. I've got Xenotype right here. Korean manga, I'm told. Trace it, says Darkside. Just trace a photo of a horse.
I'm not doing that.
That'll get you in even more trouble.
It will. I know.
People are like, oh, Bancroft's tracing out there, tracing horses. Fuck. I've been found out. Oh, well.
I got to put his, the reins. What do you call that? Like, what do you call the shit you put over the horse? Well, it's not a leash, you know. But...
a horse leash. Yeah, it's got a name. It's like I'm thinking girdle.
Yeah.
Or
bridle.
There's a name.
A bridle?
Yeah, with a B. I'm thinking it's got a B on it.
Well, these people are saying bridle.
Bridle. Yes, bridle.
Oh yeah. So
I thought girdle, biddle, bridle. It's getting there. Blinders, peaky blinders.
I got the stirrups here, so that came out all right. I just got to finish his horse dong, and I got to put the girdle on, or the brittle brattle.
What's a girdle? Is that what women wear?
Yeah, well, that's what Heels has here. This is her straps. Yeah.
Oh, it's a bit
right.
kinky.
That's what a girdle is. I think so. I thought so.
Michael says, "Nah, just go with the leash."
That's what I'm going to put a leash.
Put that horse on a leash.
So stupid.
If you're going to have a horse in this park, it has to be wearing a leash.
I have that Boys Are Back in Town song stuck in my head. It'll be there for a week. Thank you.
Good. Ryan says the Red Dead Redemption 2 has very realistic horses that they motion captured all of their movements. Could be good for reference. You can run them around and pose them. Excellent. Yeah. Yeah, I don't mind using like 3D stuff and then going off that. I do that with cars.
Yeah.
I do that with like, I don't know. I think I've done it on a gun. No, I didn't do it on the gun. I just drew the gun. But yeah, like I don't mind that sort of stuff. But just like ripping off a photo, that's taking a bit far. But again, I mean, maybe. Well, I could have stories in the Lucent that have horses in them. I would farm them out to more capable artists. That's probably what I'd do. I mean, I wouldn't shy away from it, but I tell you, I want to show this off. I'm going to start. You know how people do time lapse photos of themselves growing up and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm going to take photos of Clark. He's into drawing Superman. He's actually got a real he really likes not Superman, Spider-Man. He really likes Spider-Man. It's in his blood, and he's got like we got a graphic novel from the library because I don't want him touching any of my Spider-Man comics.
Yeah.
And yeah, look, he's pretty good. Hold on a sec. All right, so I come in one day. Let me go full screen. Did we get an Ethan raid? We've got like 65 people in here all of a sudden.
Oh, what's up, everyone? Welcome.
Hello, welcome. Lagatigo, if that is how you pronounce it, or Lagatigo, or Lag9 says EVS is a mess. Why is he a mess? He streamed so much last week. I wasn't expecting to see him back again.
A mess. That's an interesting.
I know, that's like, damn. All right, so I come inside, and everyone welcome, just in time for me to show off my son's Spider-Man drawings, which I'm sure you're all very interested in. But what I'm thinking of doing is I'm going to make him do more and then I'm hoping eventually he'll get like really good at them, and then it'll make a cool like compilation video. Mo says it's either Ethan raid or Phil leaving the panel. Yeah, so it started with this, right? Keep in mind he's 4, and I thought that's pretty cool. And I said, you know what? Here's an easy win, and I showed him how to draw the spider. It's easy win. It's just like 2 ovals, and then I showed him the technique to do the thing.
Because that looks like a chicken.
It's not much going on the spider.
Yeah, or a pigeon man.
So it's pigeon man. The mask is pretty good though.
Yeah. He's getting he understands what he's looking at to a degree.
There was an effort made.
Yeah.
Check out the spider on this one.
Yeah.
So now you can actually see, and now he's drawing hands, and these fingers, they're an attempt at doing this. Hang on. Can't do it with that hand. They're an attempt at doing that. You know that. Sorry.
Yeah.
That.
Because I thought it was gang signs at first. I thought it was like, yo, what's up?
Yo, what's up? What's up, peeps? West Side. No, he'd be East Side, or I don't know, Upper East Side, yo.
What it is.
But I think that was a good progression.
Upgrade.
You know, he did the spider. He did he did actual fingers. Like he just looked like he had a fork for a hand on the first one. Like a pitchfork. That was his whole arm. Okay, so that was good. And what you got to do when you have kids, you got to really encourage them when they start drawing, because you know they.
Oh God, I'd be a terrible father. Be like, that
I know
sucks.
you'd be like, this is out of proportion.
Who are you?
Blah, blah,
You're
blah.
not my son. My son knows how to draw. Loser.
Pokenwell says Spider-Man ain't nothing to fuck with.
Yeah.
Drawing hands runs in the family. Good job. All right, now check out the progression. I want to show this again. Okay, check out the progression. This is one thing it'll one day make a good compilation video. Is he went from this to this.
Oh my God, he's got like
the blues in here now. The
Yeah.
spider is way better. The mask is like getting there. I mean, his hands may have regressed a little, but like he's got there's like bottom legs. He's actually trying to put him in a pose.
Stockings, like knee-high red socks.
He's wearing his the Spidey knickerbockers. They were a thing.
Yeah, remember when
Back in the
Spidey
day?
was in the 80s and had a workout video?
Yeah, he's I don't know how to hold him. He's like doing some kind of pose, but I was like amazed by this, and yeah, so I'm going to encourage him to draw more, and hopefully eventually we'll get like a bunch together, and I'll
Why
get
is that one
famous
cut
video.
out, or did he draw it on leftover scrap paper?
No, he cut it out because he was really proud of it, because he saw how proud of
yeah.
it I was. So he's got this blue tack on the back. He stuck it on his wall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
keep it going. Do you want Uncle Camel to talk to him about his art? Would that be
no thank
sure?
you. He'll never draw again. Because that's what happens. They go to like Victoria was massive on drawing. She would draw all the time, and then she went to school. And what happens at school? All the kids are like, "That's crap. You're terrible. You suck." And their kids are so impressionable; they believe it. But even a guy like Eric,
I
was gonna say, even a guy like Eric Canetti, he shares all of his old stuff, and compared to what he's doing today, I mean, it's night and day. And that was when he was professional,
right?
So, yeah.
See, I was me and my friend Felipe. We were always the two artists in the class, so we were kind of used to hearing the opposite of like, oh, if you want someone to help you with your art project, you would come to us.
Mm-hmm. I didn't ever really think of myself as that, but then, like, just towards the very end of school, I got really into like graphics and stuff. And yeah, I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life and career or whatever. And they just out of the blue gave me an art award at school, like out of everyone.
Oh,
Like,
interesting.
what? Me? Really? And it was like, oh, so you think I'm good at art, and that's why I ended up going into graphic design.
I'll show you who's not good at it. I'll do it professionally and be terrible at it.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, I remember once I got a it was called the Skidmore Award. It was from the Skidmore College, which is in New York.
That sounds gross.
Skidmore is a very good college. But they I don't even know how, but like I got recommended for it, so you know. And there's like a ceremony the senior year of high school. And so the Phantom Menace came out, you know. And so all these people are going up, and everyone got awards from different schools, you know, Yale, Harvard, et cetera, Columbia. And they'd go up there, and they would be like, all right, this is Jen, yada, yada. And she spent all weekend in Trinidad, Tobago, building houses for the unfortunate. And this is Liz, yada, yada. And she worked over at Yale's research facility on cancer care. You know, like ridiculous accolades for kids who are like 16, 17.
Mm-hmm.
And I should not have been there, but I was there because I was, you know, an artist. And so the Skidmore was a liberal arts school, so they had an art degree. So I get up there. I don't have anything like that. And the person presenting beforehand said, all right, so tell me about yourself. And I was like, I got nothing. I was like, I saw Star Wars last night. So he starts with, Will is a very good artist. You know, that's why he won this award. He was also fortunate enough to see Star Wars last night. So let's give him a round of applause. So I'm like, all right, I get up there. Everyone's like, yay! Oh, thank you. Yeah, I saw Phantom Menace last night. It was great. Thank you. Bye-bye.
You should have shown him your Matrix dance. That would have really...
Matrix wouldn't come out for maybe another couple months.
Oh, really?
Maybe, I think. Yeah, Matrix came out.
I think Matrix was out in. Oh no, yeah, they came out in '99, didn't they?
They both came out in '99. Maybe they came out the same month. I can't remember. But I hadn't seen the Matrix till it was on video. You know,
you hadn't been able to work your moves yet.
Yeah, exactly. That was soon.
I wonder if you were sitting there in the cinema going like, I'm going to fucking pull this move on a chick. She's going to...
This is going to work. What a great way to never get anyone to talk to you again, you know?
Ryan says Camel got in for the representation. And he's put a little wheelchair in here.
Yeah,
you know the crowd is amping up when the insults start coming in. So we're getting some people in here.
Oh, good.
Awesome One says, was about to sleep. Then I see you weirdos. Well, great to have you here, keeping you awake. Steve says, be a winner, drop out of school and smoke crack.
Yeah. I concur.
Athelon says, I got like WTO of those cups and gave out for the autistic kids. They didn't give them out often. I don't know what that is about. You think this was them encouraging creativity or something else? I have no idea, Athelon. I'm sorry. Steve Mobig says Steve makes a good point. Mr. T is cool, but a lot of his advice, you should just do the opposite. He has very backwards views on smoking crack. Yes, he's very anti-crack. I've noticed that.
Oh, really? I didn't know. It's good to know.
Oh, Sumo wants to know if you are excited about Wheelchair Spider-Woman.
So we, you know, the green room has that chat that Ethan has, you know, and someone posted it back there. Was it Phil? It might have been Phil. And, you know, everyone's like, this is ridiculous. This is so stupid. Typical Marvel, yada, yada. I just wrote finally, exclamation point. Finally, part of, you know, I feel included.
Yeah. I've made it.
I've made it. Yeah. Now I feel represented.
Mo says, Bancroft thought you got cups from the World Trade Organization. I don't know what it is, Mo. I'm sorry. I don't know what it is. Okay. I don't know what's happening. I barely know what day it is.
Home stretch here.
No, I've been working on. Speaking of,
you know,
we're talking about. Yeah, I just knocked this up just now.
I just looked down and I looked, holy shit!
Yeah, it was empty before.
I used the giant tsunami brush. I don't know if you guys have that.
Yeah. No, I've been working on this friggin' thing for months. I put it on a shelf because it just was like nearly did me in, and I only had to finish off some like minor bits, you know.
Is it going to be water or is it going to be that blood goop?
No, this is water, so that's a beach. Well, it's sort of like it's ambiguous whether or not it's in a dream, but it's in that same setting from the first book where the kids got killed and everything.
Oh, okay.
So
is that like a alternate real world, like, or you don't want to?
Yeah, it's no, I don't mind saying it because it remains ambiguous. You don't really. What it's going to show is like the world, all the background and stuff will be like blue tinted. But the characters themselves are sort of more natural colored. So that's sort of like a visual clue as to kind of what's going on.
Because I have in Boots and Heels, like on that image I showed you. Well, I brought it back up. Like there's this place called the Nexus. And the Nexus is like a universe in between the universe. It's like where it's like inside the white holes or the black holes. And it's how you can travel. Yeah. And so like it's a good plot device because you can kind of do anything there. And it just makes sense. It's a good way to like, it's like having a car, like a magic car. It's like, all right, it's going to take me here. It's going to take me there.
Well, I've shown, Mo Biggs is off. See you, Mo. Thanks for hanging out. Mo. You were not off. Don't listen to Camel. I was just too dumb to figure it out. Yeah, I showed it off previously, where it's just like this guy on the left, this big guy. He was in Paris. That's why I've got that big Eiffel Tower scene. He's got his own nightclub there, and he's standing there. That's where all the girls are dancing or whatever. And this water starts. He's standing up in his office, and this water starts coming down in front of him. He reaches out to touch it, and he's sort of instantly transported to this place. And that's where the guy I've shown, or he's like sitting there drinking tea, and there's all those dead bodies and everything. So yeah, it is a bit like that. They're like able to go there and communicate and meet up and strategize and discuss things in this sort of quasi dream location.
Yeah.
How real it is, that's sort of, yeah, I mean, we don't need to get into that now, but yeah, it's a good kind of useful storytelling setting, and it's cool. It's interesting. It's like it makes for a cool background to have a conversation in, because essentially that's what they're doing. They're having a conversation about what's happened in Waking Dream. But rather than just having them sit around.
You want to see the original horse I had?
Yes. Hold on.
Okay, that is what it is. This was the original pygmy horse. It's like a donkey.
It's not as bad. It's like okay. I mean, it's a lot.
It's better. It's definitely better.
It's a pinata, but like, some of the other pages were way,
Yeah, this was, I don't know what I was, because, you know, I'm drawing it like flat, and so it's like, but yeah, he's got like, he looks like a llama. it's a horse with downs.
He's got a very stumpy head.
He's got a little, look at how small his body is.
Horses
Ryan
that look
Johnson
like that,
says,
they don't usually make it to adulthood.
Ryan Johnson says, let's just say improvements were made. Yeah. This is the kind of care that I'm taking, guys. I don't want anyone to think that I'm just putting shit out. Also, the first 3 issues that I'm putting up for Boots and Heels, they're already done. I've already done all this process. So everything is ready to go essentially when I start that campaign, I'll spend 2 months adding, you know, like the trading cards and that kind of stuff, like for the art that I have to do. And then I have to color, and I have to just draw the X Them versus Comic Skaters book, and then it's done. So hopefully it'll come out quite soon after, within, I would say, 4 to 6 months, which I think is a decent turnaround time. Better than 2 years.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess if you've put in a lot of work leading up to this, so
yeah.
Alrighty then.
2 hours.
You know what I might do? I know. I might just bring up, because we finally have some people in here. I might bring up Painted Death sign up page. What am I up to? Ooh, 917. Fantastic. People have been signing up. Ooh. Do you want to bring up yours too while I get this up here? If you like the way I render water and avoid drawing horses, please do sign up for Painted Death graphic novel. Go into the running to win a exclusive Waking Dream new cover here. There'll only be 10 printed. It is shaping up to be a incredible book. It's like everything that you liked about Waking Dream turned up to 11. It's longer, it looks better, there's more going on. You get more story and everything. It is going to be great. So please do sign up. Let's get this to a friggin' 1,000 sign-ups. That would be crazy.
No. And we want it to get to 999 so I can be the 1,000th person. That's how we're gonna.
Hey, look who's here. Sheila's here. Hello,
Sheila.
Sheila.
What's up, Sheila? Boots and Heels. Go get it, everyone. SU 0 through 3. If you sign up, you can get this kick-ass cover on the left here, the wraparound hollow foil cover. It is going to be 4 issues. It's going to be colored. Everyone knows how I like my things colored. And we'll probably launch sometime this fall. I got 30 emails yesterday, so that was pretty good.
Wow.
We're at 332. Maybe someone out there wants to get us to 335. That would be cool. Yeah, going good, going strong. So
Awesome One wants to know if Lucent will be as amazing as Sandman is. Much better.
Probably better.
More amazing.
Probably less inclusivity, less.
I mean, there's the same amount of gay people in the Lucent as there are in real life. It's just I don't want to make a point of it on every single page and shove it down your throat. So, yeah, I also want to share this because he's not here. He's unwell, allegedly.
Oh.
He might just be. We call it wagging. What do you call when you don't go to school?
Faking.
What? We also call it chucking a sickie. That's what we call it.
I mean, there's just skipping. Like you might just skip. Ditching, yeah.
Ditching, yeah. Well, we're calling out Rob. He's been chucking a sickie now for nearly 2 weeks, and I see him out there tweeting. But do sign up. I have no idea how many signups he has. But you know, he's trying his darndest to organize a colorist, and pages are coming in. So yeah, hopefully it's not too far away. We get to finally see the friggin' replicator in this issue, I'm told.
Does he know when he wants to launch, or he doesn't really know?
No, I don't think so. There's the link to. Hang on. What's D asking? He's asking about Painted Death. I'm happy to beta test Waking Dream, Bancroft. Just saying. Actually, he means Painted Death. We'll see. I haven't done that before, but I'm not against it. I mean, the whole thing about it is I don't know how much I'll change. Like I'll change dialogue and stuff, but I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, change much more than that. You know, it'll go through the whole editing phase with Joe in terms of like fix that hand, that arm's too long, all that sort of stuff. Oh, look, we got Shane in the house.
We're wrapping up.
Does Shane have his? Did I dream that Shane put something up, like a new thing? I may have. Now that doesn't make any sense that he would do that. I don't know. Am I dreaming about Shane Davis? Maybe. I'm not saying I'm not. But I think we're going to leave it there. That is 2 hours. The cut down, Camel, of Al laughing at the Hulk.
Oh, She-Hulk. Yeah, it's good. It was funny.
Yeah, and there's more. So I think I'm going to do that tomorrow. And people might think he has a sign up. So there you go. I knew it. Yeah, Inglorious Rex 2 sign up. There you go. I should probably find that because I've talked about it now. Yeah, people think, oh, that's a bit lazy. You're just using cut downs. It actually takes me a lot longer to do a cut down of a stream than just record a new 10, 15 minute video.
Because you got to take out all of the extra garbage, right? And then you also have to download it. You have to upload it. You have to encode it. Like, yeah, it takes a minute.
You actually get to see more art on this view here. So if you click in here to Inglorious Rex 2, you just get the logo. But I'm going to sign up now. I want the bragging rights. Everyone go sign up to Inglorious Rex 2. I'm sure you already are. We are in. Good stuff. But yeah, I think they're funny and it's good. And She-Hulk is hot topic at the moment. Sheila says Cecil premieres his She-Hulk review in 2.5 hours, 4 days later than everyone else. I mean, we're not doing a review. We're just laughing at these clips.
Yeah, we were like looking at the clips that were floating around online. Yeah, seeing how stupid they looked.
All right, Camel, thanks for hanging out.
Okie dokie, no problem.
And the biggest thank you of all goes out to the wonderful, amazing, incredible, spectacular, always phenomenal, sexiest chat and Olive CG. I will see you guys soon. Bye.
Individually, we are weak, like a single twig, but as a bundle, we form a mighty